Hey, so I'm here due to public demand. Okay, so today we are talking about jobs that you can work in a cruise ship if you don't have experience, or jobs that can help you get the job that you want to in a cruise ship, if that's how I'm supposed to say it. And one thing about the good thing about working in a cruise ship is you get a chance to travel all around the world. Like, you get paid while you're traveling. You get paid for traveling and also working. Like, it's a paid vacation kinda. And another thing is you get to save more. Why? Working on a cruise ship, you don't have to worry about your bills, like electricity bills, water bills, rent, food. You don't have to worry that, and it might help you save more. For example, let's look at the people who are paid less in a cruise ship. That is around $700. That's the least you can get working on a cruise ship. So with $700, it's quite a good amount of money, given that you don't have to worry about paying bills and all that. So you have a chance to save as much as you can. Another advantage of working in a cruise is, like, you get that sense of community, because you get to work with a lot of different people from different countries, different culture, different religions. Like, you get to meet a lot of people, so you get exposed, and it's all up to your good. So on today's video, I'll be talking about those positions that you can apply for if you don't have experience or does not require a lot of experience. Okay, so welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Paulina, or Travel with Wo. If it's your first time coming across this channel, you're welcome. You can't believe all this time I've been talking, but I haven't been staring at the camera. What? I don't know what's happening. Anyways, if it's your first time coming across this channel, you're welcome. Please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, make sure your bell icon is on so that you may be notified whenever I'm posting a video. Guys, do you know by liking or even leaving a comment, it helps the video reach more audience, and also it helps in the growth of the channel, which motivates me to keep on coming up again with information that is going to help you in whatever you want to do, if you want to migrate abroad or all that stuff. And if you're a returning subscriber, I cannot forget about you. Thank you so much for coming back, and I really appreciate you. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who you think might like it, and don't leave to leave a positive comment down below, or if there's something that you want me to improve or you want me to talk about, you can also leave a comment down below. Okay, so before I even go to those positions, I'll talk a little bit more about how to find these jobs. Okay, before even we talk about those positions that you can apply for without experience, let's see on how you can get a cruise ship job, because maybe most of the people don't know how to go about it when it comes to applying for these jobs. So I have a notes, and but the first thing that you need to do is to research about the position. It's always good to know details about the position that you're going to apply for. Okay, so if, for example, you want to apply as a steward, you have to know what a steward is required to do in a cruise ship. You need to research even on how much they get paid, how many hours they work, what is required of them, all those things. Do your prior research. It's really important. The next thing you should do is to choose a cruise. There's multiple cruise lines that hires people from overseas or everywhere in the world. You just need to choose a cruise that you want to apply for. But for me, I always say you can apply in multiple cruises just to increase your chances of getting a job. Because if one cruise, maybe for example you're applying for a position of a waiter, and one cruise does not have, the position is not available at that particular time. If you apply in multiple, or if you apply in several cruises, that means that if you miss in one, there's a high possibility of you getting the job in the other cruise. So it's always good to choose a cruise that you want to work with. The second thing, you should understand where you come from. For example, if you're from Kenya, there are those countries that you cannot go to work in a cruise, okay? But mostly US is for everyone. I guess anyone can apply, any nationality can apply to go and work in the US as a what? Yeah, to work in the US in a cruise. The second thing you need to know if you want how to apply for a cruise ship. You said the first one, research about this position. The second one, choose the cruise line you want to apply for. Number 3, check the requirements. There are some requirements that you need to have. For example, when it comes to age, most of the cruise ask you to be 21 and over. That is the minimum. And some position, like those people who work in spas, you can be 18 years and above. Okay, so it's between 18 to 21, then up to 67, 70, depending on your position. The next thing is under the requirement, there's also language proficiency. You need to be fluent in English, because English is a common language, and that is the main language that you're going to use to communicate to other people. So you have to be fluent. You need to have a valid passport, and you need to pass the medical examination. About the visa, you don't necessarily need a visa before applying for a job, and you can get the visa after you getting hired, or after you get selected. Another thing about C1D visa for Kenyans is you get a C1D visa that is valid for 5 years. That means if you work in a cruise, for example, if you get hired with MAC, you work there for like 2 years, and then you find a better position with Royal Caribbean Cruises, you can use the same C1D visa to transit from MSC Cruises to Royal Caribbean Cruises. So that's the advantage. I'm not sure about other countries, but for Kenyans, any visa in the US, most of the time is 5 years. It has a 5 years validity. So that's all you need to know if you want to know on how to apply for a job in a cruise ship. So the next thing we are going to be looking at is the jobs that you can apply with no or minimum experience. And the first one is called galley cleaning. A galley cleaner. So this one is generally your work is to clean, okay? You can be cleaning the toilet, outside, anyway. Your work is to clean, and with this position, you don't need experience, or you need minimum experience to apply for this job, okay? The next one is pot washer. Mostly you work in the kitchen or kitchen steward. If you're working as a cleaner, like washing the pots, the dishes, all other things in the kitchen, you don't necessarily need experience, and you can go ahead and apply for these jobs in a cruise. The next one is bar utility. I'm going to link the positions in the description box of this video, just in case you don't understand how to pronounce. Okay. So the next one is bar utility. This is a person who works in the bar section, like cleaning, taking out glasses, doing all that stuff. So it's generally like cleaning in the bar area, okay, refilling the how do you call it? I don't know. Beverage, yeah, I guess that's a general word, beverages. The next one is Deckhand. Deckhand, this is the person who always who operates the equipment. You see, when the ship is about to dock, there's those vessels that you have to be, they need to be removed and all to be taken back when, like for example, if the vessel is docking and all that stuff. So you don't need experience for this. You can be taught either during STCW training, or they will train you before you starting the job, and you don't necessarily need experience for this position. The next one is cabin steward. Cabin steward, this is a person who cleans the rooms. It's more of housekeeping, but you get to clean those rooms where the guests are living. The cabin, so you clean the floor, the toilets, you change the beds, you put toiletries, all that. It's a position that doesn't require you to have experience, and if you feel like you can do that job, sorry, you can go ahead and apply for the position in any cruise. But again, this is what I was saying. Don't just write a CV that is blank because they say you don't need to have experience. You need to include something in your CV, if you understand what I'm saying. The next one will be the bell staff. The bell staff basically help a passenger to bring in their bags or their luggages to where they're going to be staying, like in their cabin. So your work is to help the passengers bring in their bags, show them the way and all that, and also cleaning sometimes. So with this position, you don't need to have experience. And actually with cruise, some of the terms they use you might not understand, or you might think it's a big deal. Though if you read the description of the job, you'll get to understand that it's not a job that really requires you to have like experience, if that's how I may put it. So these 6 jobs, you can apply for them. I'll try to link others in the description box below. Others that don't require experience or requires less experience, and you can go ahead and apply. And as I've told you, cruise jobs comes with a lot of advantages, though there are some disadvantages like long working hours, of which people work for long hours. People work for long hours. In every organization or in any job, there are always advantages and disadvantages, but it's always good to focus on the advantages. If the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, then why not try? And another thing about cruise, this is you can get a chance to go anywhere in the world with no you don't have to be like really educated. You don't need to have a bachelor's. You don't need to have a bachelor's or master's and all that. If you're a high school graduate, you can go ahead and give it a shot. You can go ahead and give it a shot. And another thing that I need you guys to understand is no cruise asks for money when applying for any job. Okay, you don't need to pay. You don't need to pay anyone. You have to be very careful. I've seen people sending me messages and emails asking me, there's this cruise that is asking me to pay this amount of money. There's nothing like that. To avoid yourself being scammed, I'll link down below some of the cruises that are best when it comes to hiring from overseas. You can go ahead and check them and try and apply. Okay, so you don't need to pay any kind of amount for application. Application is free, but in some cruise you'll find that you have to cater for your medical, you have to cater for your visa. You have some will ask you to pay for your ticket, but they're going to refund the amount, the money. Some refund also the visa money after you start working. And I guess why not try? And another thing, most of the time you work 6 to 9 months in a cruise and you get 2 months paid holiday. So in case you want to renew your contract, you're going to work either for 6 to 9 months depending. Actually, they always ask you after you do the application, they'll ask you if you're ready to commit for at least 6 to 9 months, and then you can go home for 2 months. They're going to pay for your ticket, and they're going to pay you those 2 months. You're going to go home, take a rest, and come back if you want to. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful, and I hope any application that you're going to do will come back with positive response. Otherwise, guys, this will be the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give this video a thumbs up, and let me see you in our next one. Bye bye.